Have you or your loved ones been refused on a spousal sponsorship to Canada? Did you know that over 20% of the applications get rejected, leaving families heartbroken and separated? If you're feeling lost or frustrated or your application got refused, you're not alone. Here at Hadson Immigration, we have helped hundreds of couples navigating this complex refusal with a proven record of success in the appeals. And complicated cases got resolved in the Immigration Appeal Division. Stick with me for the next several minutes, and I'll break down why refusal happens, what to do next, and how to fight back for your right for future being together in Canada with your partners. I'm Hadi Hadson, an expert on immigration with several years of experience helping families to reunite in Canada. Spousal sponsorship is a pathway for Canadian citizens or permanent residents to bring their spouse or partner to live with them permanently. But when it goes wrong, it's devastating. This video is for you if your application got refused. You're worried about the refusal, what to do next, or you're separated from your loved one and need answers. Let's dive in. So why do spousal sponsorship get refused? Here are the top 5 reasons to see your practice and your package based on years of handling complex cases. Insufficient evidence of genuine relationship. Immigration officers need proof for your relationship to be approved and to be considered as real. If you do not submit enough photos, messages, joint financial records, or proof of cohabitation, they might suspect. And when they suspect that your marriage is not genuine, it will get refused down the line. For example, we had a client, let's call her Sarah, whose application was refused because she and her spouse lived in different countries and didn't provide enough communication records. What can happen in this case and how we can help you? Include details, evidence of call logs, travel receipt, affidavits from friends and families, and other supporting documents to show and provide proof that even though you're living in different locations, you're still in a lively and real relationship with each other. Second reason is inconsistencies. Inconsistency means that there's not one single message conveyed in your application. There are multiple versions of a story. It will mismatch the dates, the stories, conflict stories and interviews, and raise flags. One couple we helped, John and Maria, had different answers about their wedding date, about the date that they were first saw each other, and how their relationship developed. And this will cost them a lot of time. So as a tip, double check your forms and practice for interview, because that will cause an eligibility. If your sponsor and you as a sponsored person provide different answers for the same question. The Canadian sponsor must meet income requirements, or at least not to have certain income or financial shortcomings. Definitely not to have criminal records of convictions. If you're on social assistance or have recent bankruptcy, you might also be ineligible. The other reason is incomplete documentation. Missing form, expired passports and status permits, or untranslated documents, which will lead to refusal. Always follow the IRCC checklist or get a consultation. As a last reason, misrepresentation is the main reason of rejection. If you accidentally or intentionally provide false information for your application, this will cause a refusal. You might face a ban too. A quick tip is that work with professionals to review your document and application before submitting to avoid these sort of pitfalls. At Hadson Immigration, we can catch these issues early to save you time and headache later on. Not all the sponsorships are the same. Understanding the type that you want to apply for can explain why and how you should complete your arguments and your documents. These are 3 different categories: spousal, for legally married couple, common law for partners who have been living together for at least 1 year, but did not go through the formal wedding ceremony and thus do not have the documentation for that, and conjugal relationship for partners who can't live together due to legal or immigration barriers or cultural differences, but are committed together and are in a real genuine relationship with each other. Then there is inland versus outland sponsorship. Inland is for the couple who are already together in Canada, but the sponsor and sponsored person might start from different cities, and both of them needs to have legal status in Canada. Outland is for those who are apart. In most of the cases, the sponsor people is in Canada, but the one who is sponsored is outside. And this application will be reviewed in the Embassy of Canada closer to your area of living. Conjugal and outland application are often face higher refusal rates because they have difficulties to provide reasons and evidences to show the genuineness of their relationship, and it is harder to prove. If you're in these sort of immigration applications, we strongly advise you to get legal advice from a lawyer or an immigration consultant so that you avoid further problems down the road. That's where our firm and expertise in complex cases make a difference. Receiving a refusal letter is gut-wrenching, but don't lose hope. Here's what to do after you receive your letter of rejection. Carefully review the case. There's always a reason, an explanation why it was refused. Look for specific reasons like insufficient evidence, ineligibility, or other reasons. Understand your options. Here are the main 3 paths to attack that result. Reapply. This is the first option. Fix the issues and submit for a new application. This works best if you missed some documentation or there are some new development in your application available that you can provide in the next application. If you believe that IRCC made a mistake, you need to act fast. You can apply for an appeal within 30 days. Appeals are the best for complex issues like relationship authenticity, and if there is, for the first attempt, you applied for your sponsorship and it got refused, there is a very good chance that a firm or a special person in this field can help you regain your status in an appeal. Judicial review. Judicial review at federal courts is another way to attack your refusal. This is rare, and only applies if IRCC made a legal error. There's a difference between challenging the way that they process your application or providing proof that they actually made an error. It's not a redo of your case. You cannot provide any further evidences. It's only decided based on the initial application and is only applicable when you absolutely sure that there was a mistake done by the officer reviewing your case. Here's a big question that most of the time we are being asked for. Reapply or appeal? Appeals are better if you have strong evidence to challenge the refusal, like new documentation providing for your relationship. Reapplying is faster, but it is best when you know that you have done something wrong on your forms. There was something wrong on your story. You missed some critical points and documents and proof. So working on an appeal will be with no good for you. So it's better that you compile and gather all relevant documentation and reapply. There's a pro tip here. Don't rush to reapply. If you got a refusal and you're not working with a lawyer or a consultant, so you do not have a clear idea about what went wrong in your application that it got refused, do not rush to reapply. It will not guarantee any further progress for you. First, get consultation and review all the process. There might be a way that you can avoid reapplying by going to appeal. But if you want to reapply, make sure that you have a complete files on record, because reapplying and making the same mistake will be devastating for your application. If you decided to start an appeal, here's the breakdown of the steps that you will face. Step 1, file a notice of appeal. It should be done within the first day after refusal up to the 30th day after receiving your refusal. Within the 30th day, you should write a letter and explain to the Immigration Appeal Division that you want to take this matter to appeal. Second step, gather evidences. You can dedicate 1 to 3 months for that. Collect new and stronger evidences like updated relationship proofs, financial documents, and we have helped a lot of clients like Ahmed and Lisa win appeals by submitting detailed affidavits and travel records so that they can prove their relationship was genuine in the first place. Step 3 is always hearing, which will take place in the months 6 to 12 after filing your appeal. You will present your case before an AID member, either in person or virtually. This is your chance to explain why the refusal was wrong. Step 4 is decision. It can happen the day after your hearing, up to 3 months. The member of the Immigration Division have 90 days to formally post the decision. The IAD can approve your sponsorship, send it back to IRCC for reconsideration, or dismiss it. And there's a tip for that. Strong legal submission consistent with evidence are okay, but it's not enough. You need to have the whole narration in the right format. Our firm here is to represent you and your sponsored person for the best result possible. Here are 3 insider tips for you to boost your chances to success. Avoid common appeal mistakes. Don't submit the same evidence that you submitted in the first place. Always work on adding new and compelling proof, like recent documents, photos, bank accounts, detailed transactions, and know what officers are looking for. IRCC wants consistency and authenticity in your documents. Officers scrutinize timeline, communication records, and third-party support. We once helped the couple, Priya and Mark, when organizing their evidence to clear timeline so that they can prove the officer was not right. Get professional help. Appeals are complex, and legal representation can make or break your case. A spousal sponsorship refusal doesn't have to be end of your journey. With the right strategy, you can fight back and reunite with your loved ones in Canada. Here at Hadson Immigration, we help hundreds of families overcome refusals through strategic advices and strong representation. Don't go through it alone. Reach out for a consultation today, and we are more than happy to assist you with your case.